welcome back to the Dolden Details channel. We begin with a recap. This is Scotland, the east coast of Scotland, right up near St Andrews, the famous golf course. This happened to be a week away, a week's break. Me and my wife took this one. Good old Airbnb, right on the coast. Yeah, that does get covered. Had a fantastic week up there, walked miles, he really enjoyed it, and met up with my good old mate, my podcast buddy, Specky McSporran. Here we are on top of Arthur's Seat. Fair old trek up there and rather blowy. Covered around 35 miles on that holiday. Back to business. This is my dad's Seat Elteca FR, covered in grime and moss. I've not had a chance to get to this car and do it for him. Feel pretty bad about it, so I thought, do you know what? Let's document it. There he is in the background. So it looks fairly shiny. However, it's got a lot of dust on it, and a lot of grime and sand and cobwebs and a lot of moss. Believe it or not, that is red metallic. Doesn't look it. There you go. That's the bit people miss. Yeah, we're going to be tackling this with a number of different products today. A couple have been sent down by Autoglim and the rest I provided myself. Unheard of. For Smart P60, there is a new trade tracker link underneath the video, and it is an affiliate link. You will go to support my channel if you go onto their website and buy anything from Arva. Autoglim, thanks to Autoglim Mark for sending these down. We have the dilutable Pro Range wheel cleaner and Clean All, which is their all-purpose cleaner. That comes off the back of me making the video with the APC. You watched the video and said, do you know what? Why not try this? You'll enjoy it more. It's a dilutable product. I think it'll appeal to your audience. You guys out there, I know you don't really go a lot on the products which you buy which are ready to use. So hopefully you're going to get a bit more out of this. And they last longer. And I think they're more cost effective. So in that, Laser Industries pump sprayer is the Clean All product. That's running around about 20%. Quick switcheroo on the nozzle on the Arva, a bit more velocity. Put it on the narrow beam to blast those tyres because they're covered in grime. And then we're going to coat it with the APC, the Autoglim Clean All. So I know a number of you have been using this. Spoke to a number of detailers and valeters and love it. Busting out the bob brush now, the easy wheel arch brush. So temperature wise, when I did this car, it was a little bit on the sunny side. Now I'm not going to moan about the weather because as we know, if you live in Great Britain, the sun only comes out twice a year. So I was making the best of it. However, it does create some issues when doing a car. We'll cover that a little bit later on in the video. Yes, we got the RIMMATS. These will protect your driveway, protect your knuckles and your brushes. Link as ever underneath. So this is the wheel cleaner. Running this around about 1 to 6, I believe. You can make it as strong as you like. Nice, pleasant product to use. So there's no foaming trigger on that. However, it is quite foamy. We've got the reach around rim packers. Still getting to grips with these things. They are fairly sturdy. They're not as user friendly as the wheel woolies. I've got to admit, wheel woolies are damn sight easier to use. These just don't seem to have any flexibility, I think that's the word. Finish it off with the trusty Vican brush. And there's a mark on the face of the alloy. I wonder what that is. Don't worry, I'll soon get that off. So it's not going to come off with the pressure washer, and it didn't come off with the Clean All product. And it looks kind of tarry. So Garage Therapy tar and glue remover. Should make light work of that. And gone. Those are plastic inserts on those wheels. Didn't know that till after I'd finished. So the reason I'm going to show you the rear wheel is because if you just give this face of the wheel a real good liberal coating, and then dwell on the tyre, you can actually see a better shot of this because obviously the sun is the other way around and you can get the grime coming out of the tyre. This was the wheel cleaner. This really foamed up a lot, and I'm quite surprised at this. You could probably put that in a pump foamer if you like. Satisfying stuff. There's brown gunk coming out of wheels. So once I've done all the wheels, start concentrating on the grimy areas like this. The fuel filler cap area. This is not a diesel, this is a petrol vehicle. I don't want to talk about diesels, especially Skoda diesels, as mine has thrown a fuel injector. Thank you to the RAC for letting us wait 11 hours and sleeping in the car and then driving back from Scotland with an hour's sleep. That was good fun. And I got a nice bill. Time to get steamy. This is the Neil Fisk SteamTech 312, and I don't think you can get this anymore. Now, I have to say, my idea of doing this was just going to be APC and a brush and a pressure washer. However, after speaking to my good friend Johnny Shield Detailing, I have to give him credit for this next party trick. This is one of the best things I've ever done, is steam your window rubbers. If you get a really grimy vehicle, do this. Put it on early, let it boil up and do this. Watch the crap come out of this. Especially in the corners when it builds up. You've got that build up of moss and grime. Oh, look at that. Now, if you haven't got a detailing brush like that, I haven't got any links to that because that was a Detailer's Passion one and he's not available at the moment. Just use an old toothbrush. Just be a little bit careful, be mindful of the paint. But the steamer produces the heat and it blasts all the gunk out. You're left with all this mess down the door. Don't worry about that. We're going to get rid of that. Although we're not going to actually do a full pre-wash just yet, we're going to go around all these window rubbers, get rid of it, and then we're going to move on to a proper pre-wash. But boy, oh boy, does this make a big difference. There's the brush. Kind of looks like a toothbrush. I'm sure you can get one of those on the interweb somewhere. Moving on to this. Now, I did mention this in one of my last videos. This is the premium snow foam lance from Ava. Why have you got 3 cups? Well, you can put different products in them and then put a lid on them, and those lids actually act as a base. It stops them toppling over. You have percentage marks on there, and you also have your dilution rate on the side of each. Yes, we know it doesn't fall over on the side of each one, but this is brilliant. Inside each of these cups, you have little measuring steps for your products. They've thought of everything. There you go. There's percentages of 1 to 1, 2 to 3. Yeah, you kind of get the idea of that. Here we go. Snow Foam Combo 2 from Valet Pro. Now, I actually bought this from my trade account. Yes, I do buy things and I do get sent a lot of stuff. This is an alkaline based snow foam. It's got a bit more bite in it. So I ran this around 20%, quite a bit in here, but I want a decent dwell on this. Yes, the sun is out, but it's not that warm, although I have got these dreaded shorts on. And apologies to my dad for shooting snow foam all over the side of his garage and my trolley. So we are going to give this a good 10 minutes. See it start to drag itself off the car. And yes, I'm actually going to rinse, instead of from the bottom up, I'm going to rinse top down. Not all the way though, it's just the roof. I want to get rid of that gunk off the roof. And don't look at my dodgy legs. Yes, on the right hand side of my leg I have a rather weird leg. 30% less circulation down one half of my body. my varicose veins, and I can't have them removed because it won't make any difference. And I've been to see a specialist. No, I'm not odd. I might be weird, but that is part of me. Hence walking a lot. Keep your fitness levels up. So this stuff does a really good job. You can actually use this in a pump sprayer, and it works very effectively. I've used this on the Skoda before. Hugely noticeable on white cars. Quite difficult to tell on this, but it did do a very good job. One thing on these cars is that trim at the bottom. All the muck gets stuck in that trim, blasting it out and finding more bugs and more grime. Did find, however, with the sun out, you're constantly wetting the car to stop the dreaded watermarks, thanks to our exceedingly hard water. Thanks, Anglian water. Here we go, talking about watermarks. Born to be mild. This will help with the reduction in the minerals in the waters on the panel. Water on the panel. I've got it in the Lance, obviously, so I can give a good coat of this on the car, keep the panels nice and wet, just makes it easier to clean it. You're probably thinking, hang on, that's a waste of shampoo. Aha. Wait a minute. We don't waste anything. So I've actually swapped the Lances over. I've got the Carscope one. Very easy to do with the right attachments. Told you I don't waste anything. Straight in the bucket again. Yes, I've had to bust out the steps. That's one thing I had to remember before I left my place. You need steps. These are quite tall vehicles, these SUVs. It's a nice vehicle actually, it's a nice car. So this makes it super glidey. Nice shampoo, Dodo Juice, born to be mild. It's great for hard water areas. It should make a reduction in the water spotting you get from some shampoos, especially with hard water. If you live up in Bonnie, Scotland, yes, I had to recoat the front grille because it was drying out. If you live in Bonnie, Scotland, you live in Wales, my favourite part of the world, you won't suffer from hard water. Sometimes when you're shooting videos, you have to re-wet panels, and that's what that was all about. The black grille on that car is a pain in the backside. More about that later on. So trying to get around the car as quick as possible. This is one area you want to shoot the muck out. I know Land Rovers suffer from this. There's a little bit of return. You can't see it in this bit of footage, but there's a return around that door and it fills up with junk. Blast the junk out of it. Me doing my best impression of not to trip over the hose. Next up is the drying time. This is Kosh Chemi FSE. I've been buying this stuff for years. This will help with the mineral content of our water. As it starts drying out, you get the water deposits on the car. They dry out and you get these white droplets, these rings on the car. That's the mineralization. This stuff will get rid of it. Provides a decent finish, nice slick finish. So a nice big litre bottle, readily available, and it's brilliant stuff. So you can do this a number of ways. You can spritz the panel or you can load up your drying towel. Either way, you're going to get a good result. And this will get rid of those nasty marks. However, for more nastier marks, this is Carchem's water spot remover. First tried this on our shower because we had water etchings on the glass on our shower. couple of hits from this, let it dwell, and it works very well. Now, there is a bit of a problem with this stuff. As you can see, the sun is on the car. Once you use it, you're going to have to flush it off. Otherwise, it leaves like a white, crusty residue, like overspray. So you need to get rid of that, like that. And this will reduce some of the water etchings on the car. It's readily available. It's decent stuff. It does smell a bit, though. I've also got an auto glance one, which works very, very well. So I'm going to blow the grill out with the blower. That's the big boy one, still using that. And just finish up the nitty gritty with a nice microfiber. And things are starting to look a lot better. Glass cleaner now. This is Garage Therapy's glass cleaner. You see it flashing off like that. Easy peasy, innit? So we're not done yet. LSP time now, last stage protection. This is G3 Pro Surface Sealant. I bought this a while ago and I actually used it on a large panel van. And then I accidentally knocked some over on the floor. So I had to get another bottle. Not very good at keeping products upright. So what's it like to use? Well, it's pretty easy stuff, this is. It flashes off pretty quick. You can use 2 microfibers or you can flip the one over. Top tip for you though, on a warm day or even on any day, I would make sure the microfiber is moist, not wet. Just prime it, spray a bit of water on it, and it makes things a damn sight easier. You'll level the product off. If you over apply, definitely have a couple of microfibers. So this is super glossy, it's chemical resistant. It's been tested by numerous detailers out there and it's proving to be a bit of a hidden gem, this one, and it's readily available. So because I can't get to the car as often as I want an LSP that's going to last longer. Does provide some serious gloss, this does. So once I did this, it was time for this. Time for a 4X. No, not a lager from Australia. This is Soft 99, the sprayable tyre dressing. Now, these aren't for everybody. Yes, it takes you back to the back to black aerosol days. Don't take any notice of that really wet gloss. It is a little bit fiddly and it does blow away in the wind. You can then do this with your Carscope tyre dressing applicator. This dries in a very, very satin, natural look. It doesn't look it now, but it will do. Wipe off the excess with a microfiber, and you are done. That is it, ladies and gents. It's great to be back. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. Hit the notification bell for future uploads, and here's the glossy rolling shot. And I'll see you soon on another video. Thanks for watching.